He had never guessed what happens next. This is big news. Stunned, Shi hurried to an empty train car to call his military officer friend. He asked about Dijin's station, only to learn the military aimed to quarantine, not rescue them. The code virus spread. Shi didn't want quarantine. He begged for a favor, but resources were tight. His friend had it tough too, so Shi had to pull some strings, promising to give him a heads up next time he was about to pull a stunt. He promised to send someone to sneak them away on arrival. Shi's eyebrows lifted, but he noticed a homeless man nearby just as he left. The man looked like he was in dreamland, so Shi thought nothing of it, not realizing that this homeless guy would end up being his lifesaver. Soon, the train arrived in Dijin City, but the scene was a shocker. There were no checkpoints or even humans in sight. No zombies in sight. It didn't look military occupied. Yet, they had nowhere to go. With anxious hearts, they trudged toward the high-speed rail exit. Shi quietly led his daughter away from the side plaza, thinking everything. Turning, he saw the homeless guy staring. Feeling sheepish, he waved him away, signaling not to follow. But the informed homeless man didn't take the hint. Just then, a soldier appeared at the corridor's end. Without hesitation, he sprinted towards the soldier, leaving a dazed Shi scrambling to keep up with the homeless man. Meanwhile, Uncle Mo, noticing something was wrong, Uncle Mo saw scattered gear, giving no safety vibes. Sure enough, as the soldiers began to emerge, the escalator suddenly transformed into a feeding frenzy machine. Uncle Mo realized. Hurriedly grabbed pregnant wife, rushed up escalator, escaping with the crowd. Zombie speed didn't matter, uptrailing others did. Meanwhile, Shi's friend suddenly called, indicating that the troops stationed at the station had gone dark. Shi froze. Looking closely, he saw bite marks on the soldier's face, with a zombie behind. The homeless man nearly dropped his diaper in shock. Seeing more zombies, Shi turned to his daughter, finding chaos too. He sprinted with all his might towards Zion. Just in the nick of time, Uncle Mo swooped in with a flying elbow strike. This saved Zion. They grabbed her and fled without hesitation, Shi following closely. Unfortunately, tackled by a zombie, he was near death till a passing homeless guy saved him, turning the tables. Unexpectedly, Uncle Mo didn't ditch him. He left the door open, without time to think. Shi hurriedly jumped up and dashed for the exit, managing to slip out just a second before the zombies arrived. But the door was shaking so much that he couldn't line up the keyhole properly. This left them frozen in a hilariously awkward situation, and to make matters worse, the passengers at the front. In panic, one opened the zombie-filled car. Luckily, few in number, passengers fought them off while the conductor stayed true to his duties, doing his best to assist the passengers, but that didn't matter to the moneybags, who was yelling for the train to move. The conductor, however, unexpectedly, in the very next moment, the zombies landed squarely in the midst of an open space between two elderly sisters. Fortunately, one sibling broke her arm and couldn't stand, prompting Chen to quickly drag the old lady into the last car of the high-speed train. With this, he also startled a homeless guy who had popped up from nowhere. Meanwhile, the zombie crowd had surrounded the car door. This sent Sergeant Chen into a tizzy, and faced with the moneybag's urgent demands, he had a complete brain freeze. Minju wanted to step in and stop things from escalating. Because her boyfriend hadn't boarded the vehicle yet, at this very moment, in the face of sheer terror. Ultimately, Sergeant Chen broke his ethics, ordered the train to leave, disappointing Minju, while others sighed in relief. Only the curly-haired lady looked despondent, while Uncle Mo locked the door after tries. But just leaving, the leading student fell to a zombie, soon followed by the second. Scared, Xiaobai stood frozen. Not knowing what to do, Shi timely dragged him back, catching the train while Uncle Mo fell behind due to his large squat. Shi intended to pull him up, but Uncle Mo suddenly changed direction to grab a fallen shield, quickly warning Shi to duck. With stick in one hand, shield in the other, Uncle Mo turned into a zombie slayer, clearing obstacles to board a zombie-free train car. Unfortunately for Chen and his group, when preparing to call Uncle Mo, they were blocked by a homeless man, prompting them to take a closer look. It was just a matter of time. Thankfully, restrooms and car connections prompted Chen to hide with them inside. Despite their carefulness, a zombie unexpectedly spotted them, drawing the attention of others to the restroom door. Helpless, Chen could only reach out to Uncle Mo for assistance, and at the same time, Zion's voice echoed through the phone. Upon hearing the number, Shi's heart sank, overwhelmed with despair. In Car 9, escape was nearly impossible, but as a father, he had to take the risk. Uncle Mo noticed Shi's thoughts and quickly reminded him that dashing through wouldn't give them the ability to save anyone and come back. Just as they were to loss, Xiaobai suddenly piped up, saying that when he was on the phone with his girlfriend, he learned refuge was in Car 15. Reaching Car 13, they'd be safe. He armed himself with tape. With death looming, Uncle Mo and his partner exchanged glances, and the three lined up, awaiting the train's exit. Look at him. The college student named Xiaobai was intentionally placed at the back, tasked with the responsibility of slacking off. Though perilous, the trio's extreme teamwork helped them safely past Car 10, nearing Car 13. When Xiaobai planned to push through Car 11, he found it full of classmates. Uncle Mo noticed his hesitation. Alone and helpless, surrounded by enemies, survival ahead felt like an endless remote control game entirely up to luck. Subscribe.